alongside Bob Vilsoet. It's our second semifinal of the morning. The third-place match and the championship match will be coming up later on in the afternoon. But this one, it's going to be York against Loyola Academy. It's 11:03 a.m., which means it's about some time for some high school volleyball. Loyola Academy against York. York, they have the size. They might be the more talented team than Loyola, but Loyola clearly has the best overall player in the tournament in Jack Lopez.
Well, Loyola also has very underrated and fantastic defense. But, yeah, you hit it right on the head, right? Jack Lopez, their top hitter, has more kills than anybody else, maybe the player in the state, right? Then when he's in the back row, they rely on Aruba in the middle to do a lot of the damage. When I was there in person at Vernon Hills, I felt like he didn't hit the ball as hard, but he hit it to some great locations. Yesterday, he had to hit the ball basically as hard as he could. St. Francis did a good job, but not good enough to stop him and Lopez. And then, of course, Nathan, she is essentially a magician with the ball when he sets, right? So he gives Lopez perfect sets. On the York High School side, boy, was I impressed with them yesterday. It was just raining down spikes on poor, unsuspecting, Lincoln Way West. I mean, Lincoln Way West is a good team in their own right. But between Logan Rice in the middle and Hunter Stepanich in the middle with their blocks and their kills that could rain down at like the 8 and 10 feet line sometimes, right? Ben Brown on the outside and Jack Butte, the player of the game yesterday, just terrific hitters. And Luke Shorter on the right side. They've just got hitters everywhere, and you just don't know where the ball is going to go with the setting that they've got. And so we're going to see if York can spread the ball around and win that way versus everybody in the gym knows if Loyola wants to win, they're going to set Lopez. But York does have some size and some blocking that maybe they can stop him a bit.
I just don't think Loyola has enough to go along with York. York has 5 players with over 140 kills. That's a very deep team. Loyola not nearly as deep. Now, they have the best player in the state, but can they get more from the role players? Liam Yoruba with 213 kills coming into this tournament. Benjamin Trapp, 141. He was key in that win over St. Francis yesterday, but can they get enough from the role players? We know that Lopez is going to get his kills. He's going to have over 10 kills today, but can Trapp and Yoruba also have over 10 kills?
Well, and to piggyback on what you're saying, York is 35-4, right? Well, now 36-4 from earlier, right? But Glenbard West, they lost earlier in the year in the game 3 was 17-25, right? And they lost to LaGrange Lions, right? That's a good team, 22-25, 17-25. And they lost to Chicago Marist, right? But they lost that game in 3, and we just saw Marist earlier play about as well as any team could ever play. And they lost, York only lost to them in 3 sets. So York has played a very, very tough schedule with very few losses. And to your point, a very strong, well-rounded, all-around team. Loyola is led by Lopez, and Lopez at some point in time has to go into the back row. So we're going to see. I don't think I would underestimate Loyola and their defense, but it should be a good game today.
Loyola has only been to the state tournament once. They did not place. That was under Jody Frigo. Sorry, that was Let's Lincoln Way West, sorry. But Loyola Academy, they are looking to get very deep in the tournament. Loyola Academy, in 1994, under legendary head coach Bob Erlenbaugh, they did not place. They went 30-6 that season. If they win, they'll go to the championship match at 4. If they lose, they'll play the third-place match against Glenbard West. The best that Loyola can do is first place. Worst would be 4th.
West, because we're just simply in the other semifinal game.
Yeah.
But, I was... I biased, I guess you would say. I thought Loyola would absolutely get to the final, but I also expected Conant to be here, not York. And York is just so impressive. I just hadn't seen them play. I didn't realize how good they were until I watched them yesterday. So I don't know. It's going to be a very, very close match. It's hard to predict. PointsBet is not on my phone for high school games, so there's no way to know what the odds are in this game. But if you look at Max Preps, right, they've got their rankings where Glenbard West is 1, Loyola is 2, and York is 4, right? So we got 2 versus 4 according to Max Preps. Now, if you go to USA Today has York, the 4th best team in the area, Loyola, the 5th best team in the area. So here again, USA Today is predicting York, you would say, and then Max Preps is predicting Loyola. But I have to give props to Max Preps. They got the final 4 correct. Glenbard West, Loyola, Marist, and York. But they had Marist 3 and Glenbard West 1. So Marist won that one. So maybe we're going to see York 4 beat Loyola 2.
I'm going to say York wins in straight sets. What say you?
Yeah, it's hard to bet against that. I don't know. I think that's probably a safe prediction. But it's more fun when I bet against you. So I'll pick Loyola and Lopez.
In 3 sets or 2 sets?
I think they would need all 3 to win that.
All right, we're going to take a break. Starting lineups of the national anthem coming up next here on NFHS Network.
Today or any date of any IHSA event being held in the site. Event staff enforces policy rigorously.
Starting lineups brought to you by NFHS Network for York. It'll be Zach Zitek, Logan Rice, Ben Brown, Jack Butte, Luke Shorter, Hunter Stepanich, and Owen Reifenroth. And for Loyola Academy, Aldous Kins, Liam Yoruba, Benjamin Trapp, Dean Solicito, Jack Lopez, Nathan Chi, and Steph Kins. Don't go anywhere as the starting lineups national anthem coming up next.
Welcome to the second match of today's IHSA semifinal. Today's second match is between Loyola Academy and York High School. For the home team, the Ramblers of Loyola, who beat St. Francis in the state quarterfinals, who entered with a record of 30 wins and 2 losses. Please meet Coach Lionel Ebeling, who has a record of 493 wins, 223 losses in his 19-year career. For the visiting team, the Dukes of York High School, who beat Lincoln Away West yesterday, who went to the match with a record of 36 wins and 4 losses. Please meet Coach Kenneth Downey, who has a record of 283 wins, 158 losses, and 1 tie in his 13-year career. And now the starters of the respective teams. For Loyola, number 3, Aldous Kins. For York, number 4, Zach Zitek. Loyola's number 5, Liam Uruba. York's number 5, Logan Rice. Loyola number 7, Benjamin Trapp. York number 12, Ben Brown. Loyola number 8, Dean Solicito. New York Libero number 21, Owen Riffenrath. Loyola number 10, Jack Lopez. New York number 23, Jack Butte. Loyola's number 15, Nathan Chi. New York's number 30, Luke Shorter. Loyola number 17, Libero, Steph Kins. And for York number 34, Hunter Stepanich. The floor officials in this match are Tara Dickerson and Darnell Jones. Line judges are Sam Houseworth and Pat Doyle. Nancy Nestor serves as the IHSA as the officials coordinator. Let's play some volleyball!
Well, if that won't get you excited for the state semifinal match, nothing will.
Right, it's the same, let's get ready to rumble. He does that well. So again, we've got fantastic reffing. I think Tara Dickinson is going to go up.
And the other one will be Darnell Jones.
Right, he'll be the down judge. So we've got good reffing, nothing to whine about there.
Well, if Loyola doesn't win this match, they definitely win in the fashion department. Look at those pants with the stripes.
Looks 80s to me.
Very retro.
Right.
The uniforms for Loyola, very stylish with the maroon and gold.
Yeah, that was the old Harper College colors. Now we're blue and silver, which really means blue and gray, which really means you can't wear gray, so it's blue.
Do you like that color change, or did it make you quite blue?
Well, oh no, I was about to actually answer that.
You're no longer going to answer with the pun?
Yeah, I realize now it was a pun, not a question.
Well, if they're going to need Jack Lopez a lot today if they're going to win.
Well, and York has some terrific blocking, and one of the blockers is going to have to stop him is Luke Shorter, and he's only 6'8". Of course, Lopez is a pretty healthy 6'5", but that tells you he's going to have to go cross court more for kills and down the line. But we'll see. I mean, Nathan Chi gets that ball out to that antenna outside the block so well, better than most other setters. So we'll see just how effective Lopez is. Now I would also set him in the back row a little bit more. Maybe that'll help. So you can get him in the back row, get him in the front row, and that'll depend on then it'll depend on York's defense. So York has terrific hitting, but they still have to defend. And serve receive has a lot to say about how you're going to win or not win as well. You can't overlook Solicito in the middle and Lopez either. So we'll see how this goes.
It'll be Z-Tech to serve. Mid-row play. His last touch by Lopez. Over the net. That's a good way to start. Kill awarded. Solicito.
And the more you can use the middles for Loyola, the more it will free up Lopez. I like that they opened the game with a nice middle attack like that, but it was a perfect pass. They can do that. And that's what Loyola does. They are a very strong defensive team and receives very well.
Nathan Chi with a wicked hard serve. It'll have to be the libero to get it over the net. Free ball coming up for the Ramblers. They can't do anything with it. And York finishes with a beautiful kill by Hunter Stepanich.
Yeah, the libero, Kins, had to come all the way over to this side to make the play, and I think the right side, Benjamin Trapp, probably should have passed the ball.
Over to the front row. That ball's still live. Did it go over the antenna? It didn't. It went to the left of it. We play on. Touched the net, and there's the call. Either way, it was touched by York anyways, but a York player touched the net too. 2-1 lead for Loyola, and it'll be a serve coming up for Jack Lopez. This is good news if you're a Loyola fan. Other people are contributing besides just Lopez.
Well, I think Loyola is doing that on purpose. You know, keep the other people engaged, knowing that Lopez is going to come in and close the door. But that's a mistake by York. That's kind of a defensive mistake, even though it was two-handed set across the net. York has to stay in this game with good defense. And I think if there's an Achilles heel, it is defense, and you need defense to get to the next level. Loyola definitely has defense.
Reifenroth, the libero for York, with that mistake.
So you're going to get a down ball here, free ball.
See what Loyola can do with their free ball. Chi to the front row, over the net, and a beautiful kill that time by Dean Solicito.
This time Trapp did get the ball to the setter, and Solicito again with another kill. So 4-1 Loyola lead.
They're
so far dismantling York point by point, but it's early.
Good job on the dig that time by Butte over the net. Even better dig by Loyola's Steph Kins over the net, and a error committed by Loyola. Chi on the attempt. Error and a point awarded for the Dukes.
Yeah, Trapp hit that out of bounds. One bouncer into the crowd.
So Caballero on a side out coming in.
What a great name, Caballero.
It's written Caballero.
Oh, it's Caballero?
That's what they wrote. They might have forgotten to send me the email that it's a Y sound instead of L, and it's an error committed on the serve by Caballero. And it'll be the libero and Kins to serve. Well, partner, like the Dukes looked great yesterday, but that's yesterday. They got to adjust and play like they did yesterday today.
Well, it's a different team, a different opponent, and 4 different styles of teams. Great hit there. And that's what we're talking about with York. They just hit the ball from all different angles, generally down. Different players. They're a well-rounded team, but it relies on good defense. They need good passing.
This is a York team led by Logan Rice, third team All-State. Didn't play club till his senior year, and that's going to go out of bounds. Point awarded for the York Dukes.
Now, there's been a lot of serves at Lopez. It's almost like, okay, you're a great player, but we're going to work you in the back row as well. So maybe we can tucker you out, forcing you to pass, play defense, and if you think you're going to get all the kills. So it looks like, well, that time they didn't go after him.
Over to the front row, over the net, can't dig it out. And a kill and a beauty by Benjamin Trapp.
Loyola proving they're a more rounded team than one might think. Trapp with a couple of kills now.
Over to the front row. And a kill awarded. Nice job on the play, getting it over to Ben Brown.
You just never know where the hit is going to come from on York. Capable players at all the spots. Great hit from Ben Brown.
Attack percentage, we're still early on, obviously. Just 333 for York, 500 right now for Loyola. Over to the front row. Chi out of bounds. On the attempt was Yoruba, and he did struggle with that a little bit at times with the accuracy yesterday.
Well, he's their big hitter when Lopez is in the back. And again, they served at Lopez. Let's see if they keep continuing to serve at him. Yep.
Over the front row. And blocked in a beauty. Stepanich.
Blocked by Hunter Stepanich. Point, York.
7-6 lead. Hunter Stepanich, first team IVCA All-State.
Another strength of York is that right side blocking.
He's just a sophomore, by the way. Blocked. Couldn't dig it out after it was trapped. 8-6, and now it's starting to look like the York team we saw yesterday.
Well, Loyola's struggling with that big block, so what they got to do is move people around. So if I'm in these shoes, right, I'm moving Aruba around, maybe have him run a slide or a 72, a back 2, back 1, something. Move him around, move the blockers around.
Ben Brown to serve. Over the net to the front row. Chi with it. Straight over, blocked in a beauty. Stepanich.
Well, no, it went out of bounds. So he tooled the blocker. This is a good hit from Lopez in the back row. It was a good change of pace. So far they're not using Lopez in the back row except for that one time. But I think Loyola, to win this, is going to have to use him more in the back row.
Aldous Kins to serve. From the back row now to the front. Over the net. And a beauty by Jack Butte. And side-out substitution. Logan Rice into the match. It'll be Reifenroth. As he'll look to serve and avoid an error. Libero and Kins, then Chi over to Lopez. And Lopez finishing with a nice kill.
Now he comes in late into the front row because he starts front right, goes across the back, and then gets to the front. So we've got 3 rotations now of Lopez. That was the first one. That was a side out. So now he's in the middle. 2 more rotations of Lopez, and they're down a point. So the question is going to be, how much will they be ahead or behind when he goes back to the back row?
Partially blocked at the point of attack, but finishing. Nice job by Logan Rice.
And a huge point for York because it rotates Loyola one more time. Now Lopez was up there. I would have thought that he could have double blocked on that, but chose not to.
The Dukes are led by head coach Ken Dowdy, assisted by Danny Piawarczyk and Viera Rachkan. Kins to the front row, Chi off the bump, Lopez. Just so tough to block and even tougher to dig out his spikes.
He is so deceiving. I mean, first off, he is 6'5". He's not some short guy, right? So 6'5". He hits it in almost all the time, so he doesn't lose points by hitting it out. And he's, I think, deceptively strong. Hits the ball harder than people think. So you can't just reach for the ball. You got to be behind it.
6 assists now for Chi.
What a great pass.
Blocked at the point of attack. Loyola finishing. Leading the way, Dean Salicito.
Great block. And if Loyola can get a couple, 2 or 3 blocks like that, that can change the complexion of the game.
Percentages are great right now for Loyola. 1,000 for Dean and 1,000 for Lopez.
Great serve again.
That was hit so hard. Look how high that ball went up in the air, over the net. That ball's still up in the air and stays in play. Finishing the play, Benjamin Trapp. Back and forth we go.
Trapp played to the whistle. Somebody might have thought that was out or down or whatever, but you played to the whistle, you hit it in. Really good defense there by York. But the important thing here is these serves, right, from Nathan Chi is forcing York not to be able to run the middle.
Chi on the serve, back row play. Other part of the back row, now to the front. Blocked at the point of attack. And then bumped well by Lopez. Back to Lopez, over the net. And having to get at that time was Zetek from the libero. Stepanich couldn't finish the dig, and Kins, point awarded Dukes.
Point, York.
Yeah, Loyola did everything they could on that. Blocked it, brought it back up, set to Lopez. York dug it. That's what we're wondering about. Can York continue to dig? Overpass.
I dug that play as well.
There you go.
Over
but again, they're
grab.
serving Lopez, too. They're working him.
Over to the front row. Nice dig by Chi. And then sent over by Kins. Back to the front row. Assist. Kill awarded by Ben Brown.
We've seen that just a couple of times yesterday. Holy smoke, is that a great play. Then he ends up over by the antenna admiring his work.
Ben Brown 2 of 3 now to the front row. Back to the front row on the York side. Chi with an absolutely beautiful dig. Back to the front row. Chi is so good. But that guy's even better. Logan Rice absolutely Magnificent kill.
Well, and that's what York counts on. They hit it, great dig by Loyola for sure, but it came back free, and then they just used somebody else to pound it down at you.
It'll be Jack Butte.
He might have been going out.
And she's setting it up to the front row. That's out of bounds. Anyways, he hit the net, so even if it was still in bounds.
Well, he clearly mishit that. I think he thought the set was going to go here, and it went there. Now Loyola down by 3.
Yeah, no choice but to call the timeout here. We'll take a timeout as well. You are watching Loyola against York here on NFHS Network. You are watching live coverage of the IHSA Boys Volleyball Championships on the NFHS Network. NFHSnetwork.com/IHSA is your destination for the most comprehensive coverage of Illinois high school playoff action. Today's event is available to download. Just click the digital copy button under the event video player to download a digital copy of the event right to your computer. Today's game is also available for all subscribers via the NFHS Network Live mobile application for Apple and Android devices. Download the app from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store today to start watching live games wherever you are.
I feel like this is one of those games where York gets to control their destiny. When they get a free ball or a down ball, they pass it well and they can set it to anybody and bury the hits, right? But it's up to their defense. If their defense, doesn't allow themselves to run the middle, then their hitters are going to be hitting on double blocks the whole day.
Jack Lopez, and she just couldn't get it. Maybe a lack of communication between Chi and Lopez. Regardless, York is celebrating, and they're up by 4 points.
Well, York is aiming their serves at Lopez. So they're making them play the whole entire game, back end, front row.
Kins to the front row, Chi to Lopez. Did they say hit the net?
No, antenna. The ball hit the antenna. But that was also another serve to Lopez. He bailed. He was up front, and he caused Kins to have to go get it behind him.
York is rolling right now. Kins to Chi. Now to the front row trap. And good setup by York. And it's going to be kill awarded. Logan Rice.
Your prediction of 2 straight for York is looking good.
I just don't see enough depth from Loyola to compete with York.
So a 6-point lead. The math major is doing some work here. 8 points to go to finish the game.
You did it. Now it's 7 points to get to the game set serve.
Yeah, right. And it's not a football score, 11-17.
Could be a football score.
17 maybe, 11, I don't know.
Go
not
for
so
2.
Much. Yeah, not so much though.
The analytics-driven coaches go for 2, like Tomlin and Dan Campbell.
But York has had some real bombs, craters, strong hits, whatever you want to call it. The defense on serve receive has to hold true. It looks like if you serve the libero, the ball goes high, but in the court, definitely settable.
Station identification. You are watching live coverage of the IHSA Boys Volleyball Championships on the NFHS Network.
So they continue to seem to work on Lopez in the back row. Let's see if he serves down the line again.
Loyola's getting dominated. Just an attack percentage of 105 to 389 for York.
Back to Lopez.
Just too much Logan Rice.
Great block. Now there they ran in the middle. It seems like if they ran a push or a 41 or a 31 or something, just pushed away from that middle blocker.
Good luck to Maris. If York continues this, Maris would play York in the championship. But Jack Lopez doing whatever he can to force a third set or win this set.
Well, now he's a terrific server, but he's back right on defense and down 6.
Kins will take a seat.
Good defender, good young defender.
Just so much size. 3 players are 6'6" or taller for the Dukes. Back row to the front. Z-Tech. Last touch by McGrill. That's Stepanich.
And again, boys or men's volleyball, whatever you want to call it, right? 7 points with only 6 to go. It's real hard to score a lot of points in a row. So if it's side-out type volleyball, Loyola's going to go down in the first game. Lopez is in the back row. That doesn't bode well either.
Luke Shorter. Also 6'7", Chi. Over to the front row and just too much shorter, too much steppage.
Well, that was a ball that went into the net, right? Didn't need to be blocked, but the concern about the big blocker there caused the miss hit. Again, the York blockers are just, freaking out Loyola a bit.
Everybody's contributing right now for York.
What a terrific dig, but nobody else there.
Net violation, point Loyola.
Oh,
Net.
wow, lane violation.
He swung and hit the net? Well, I didn't see that, but that was the call. So it looks like the hitter allegedly followed through into the net with his hand. You have to replay that.
I mean, it doesn't really factor into the final score. It helps Loyola a little bit, but
Well, it gives him a little bit of a break. I just wonder if that's really what happened.
they have a better angle than us.
Boom.
Well, you know what? Every point can matter in a volleyball match. Nope, they're going to say it was last touch by Loyola, point awarded for Duke.
Yeah, that was the block didn't penetrate enough or was too high and left that gap between the net and the blocker's hands, and Ben Brown put it right in there. An 8-point lead with 4 to go.
Zach Brown will serve.
Lopez again.
Yeah. Chi. Yoruba. Good job by Brown on the dig. And then it was Reifenrath. Last touch by Yoruba with the spike and the kill, 21-14.
Our favorite score. We see this 21-14 over and over.
Do you see that a lot as a volleyball coach, this 21-14
No,
score?
not really. Usually it's closer. It's like 21-19 or something. You never see a 14-21
Or like
score.
21-17. It's just awkward. We've gotten this football score in all of our matches.
Well, 24-17 I feel like is more normal. It's closer. I mean, 21-14 is a lot of point difference.
Especially in the state semifinals. Over to the front row. York's chance. Luke Shorter, nice kill. 22-14. You can pretty much wrap up this set.
Well, yeah, but you do got to close it out. You got to play every point, right? But boy, you're going to have momentum going into that game break.
Just finish off Loyola. Do the complete opposite of what Marist did against Glenbard West. Nice job, but maybe too little too late in this set.
Nice back row attack from there.
Kin's back in. And it's taking a quick seat. It'll be Drew Bevan, the 6'2" outside hitter. Steph Kins.
The future of libero here at Loyola.
Aldous Kins is 5'9". His older brother Steph is 6'1". Back row to the front. Wow. Luke Shorter. Too good, too strong. And a kill awarded for the Dukes. 23-15. 2 points away from winning the set. Over the net. Lopez. Just so good. Just perfectly placed in that corner.
Yeah, you can't place it any better than that. Unfortunately, down 7, a little bit too late. A little too low, too late. I said this yesterday, but one wonders if Loyola were to back the rotation up so Lopez starts front left and goes across the front, would that change the game a little bit?
My goodness, is he good. Logan Rice.
And he's been quiet in this match. You know, a little bit more Logan Rice and look out. And there's just so many attackers here on York.
I mean, you look at the faces of these Loyola players, they look shell-shocked right now. And if you're York, just try to finish him right here, right now. You can go for the ace if you want to.
I like the crowd screaming on the right and the crowd sitting on the left.
Chi to Lopez, blocked.
Doug.
Yeah. Another spike. Oh my goodness, Kins with a nice dig before it goes to the court.
Free ball.
Yeah. Game over, set over, big time kill. Jack Butte, 25-16. Bob, that was impressive.
I'm just saying, you know, assuming York wins game 2 and assuming we only know what we know now after game 1, you can't give a player of the game to somebody on York. Everybody, all 5 hitters deserve the player of the game. Then you want to take a look at who's making all those sets, or is it the libero? I mean, York is just playing phenomenally well. Everybody is.
Just everybody's contributing. Z-Tech with 7 assists, Brown with 6. It's kills, it's everybody contributing. Rice with 4, and then you have 3 players with 3 kills. It's a complete team effort right now for the Duke.
Couldn't have said that better. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know who to give the player of the game to here. Obviously, we're going to see another game, but what a all-around fantastic match from York.
We're going to take a minute break. More volleyball action coming up next here on the NFHS Network.
You okay, Sarah? Sarah? You okay? You okay? Should I struggle with fire?
Oh, what's the fire one? High school sports fans, never miss another game. Become a subscriber to the NFHS Network to watch live event coverage, game replays, and highlights from high school sporting events from across the country. Millions of athletes, thousands of games, one destination, NFHSnetwork.com. We are high school.
And I'm looking back at these stats on York, and you look at the setting. They've got those two setters, Jack Zidek, right, and Zach Brown. Those set delivery locations are fantastic. Either setter could probably go 5-1 in any offense. They've chosen to go 6-2 here so they keep the big right side blocks, which obviously can frustrate outside hitters, the best outside hitters of another team. They're holding Jack Lopez down a bit, even though he's got 6 kills, which is an awful lot. 6 for any hitter in any game is a lot, right? But just 10 attacks, he's still hitting 400.
Yeah, but
2 hitting errors.
Unfortunately, the role players are just not stepping up to the table. Drew Bevan, -500. Liam Yoruba, -667. That's not going to get it done.
Well, statistically, yeah, I think it's not that Loyola is playing bad. It's that York is just playing so well. Just like we saw earlier, Marist was on fire. That's what we're seeing here with York. They are just on fire. And it's not like one hitter is not doing well and the other 4 are fine. This all 5 hitters there's probably a 6th hitter, but all 5 hitters at York that I've seen are just doing fantastic. And I can't say enough about the setting. They're a bit unsung because they don't also play the front row. They're just doing the setting. And the set locations are fantastic. Also, the hitter choices they're making is fantastic. Sometimes you get a good setter, and they end up, I don't know how to explain it, right, but they just set the wrong hitter, not York. York, it's kind of like, let me look around and decide who's the most likely player to smash the ball so hard that it breaks the floorboards on the other side. Oh, there it is. I'm going to set that person. And that's just what the York setters are doing today.
You are watching live coverage of the IHSA Boys Volleyball Championships on the NFHS Network. NFHSnetwork.com/IHSA is your destination for the most comprehensive coverage of Illinois high school playoff action. The Dukes in the green, the Ramblers in the maroon and gold. And unless we see a superhuman effort from Jack Lopez, Loyola's chances of getting a first-place trophy will end in about half an hour from now.
Just like Peyton yesterday, though, what a season Loyola's had. Now, I don't want to write them off, right? But what a season they've had to get to the Final Four to this point. Every team is strong here.
If you can get to a lead, it would definitely help, and maybe you subtract some of the confidence from these York players. Meanwhile, Chi on the serve, back row play on the bump, set, spike. Chi there with the answer. Another try for the Dukes, that time out of bounds, and they're going to say that it was touched by Loyola.
No, they're not saying that. They're saying that Solicito was in the net. I don't like that, but as a result, York gets the point.
A lot happening there. Tough call for the person up top to make it.
Well, she didn't make the call. It was a down judge. I think he, to me, it looked like he invented the call that didn't happen, but he's there.
He saw what he saw.
Yeah,
meanwhile, I'm seeing an excellent player right now in Logan Rice.
So a 2-0 lead. Yeah, and on that block, he absolutely penetrated. We like to say he was absolutely a roof right on top of the ball as opposed to a wall. There's a big difference between the two when you're blocking.
Jack Zitek to serve. And this will be a free ball coming up.
This should be a 3-0 lead. Pick the right hitter, and he did. Now, what I liked about that set, there were 2 blockers in the middle, still went to the middle, but it pushed it a little bit past the middle block so that it could hit back at the setter. So another really nice setter. It's a really nice set, I should say.
We'll stick with the action. Today's event is available to download. Just click the digital copy button under the event video player to download a digital copy of the event right to your computer. Today's game is also available for all subscribers via the NFHS Network Live mobile application for Apple and Android devices. Download the app from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store today to start watching live games wherever you are.
I'm just thinking back, whether it's a referee call, let's call it a bad call, even though we're not saying it was. This is something we didn't see, right? Versus hitting the ball out of bounds. There's a huge difference between Loyola winning 1-0 and then they are serving, right? Versus York is now ahead 3-0 because of that one call, right? So ahead 1-0, down 0-3. You start to, play that out. Let's see, you're ahead 21-20 versus you're behind 20-23. One game is easy to win, the other one's hard to win.
Yeah, a lot was happening there on that play to start off this set. The ball went out of bounds, but they say that Solicito went under the
Went into
net.
the net, yeah. Uh-oh.
Not a good set.
No, that's twice now that Kins didn't make a good pass. He's young, sophomore. Almost.
But it's good when you have Jack Lopez as well as Dean Solicito to pick up your teammate.
Right, it's not over, and it's still early. Now, Lopez is in the back row, and it's early in the game, 1-3, so he's got to go across the back 3 times. In the meantime, hopefully not a whole lot of damage from the York players while he's there.
Lopez to serve. Right-handed serve, lot on it, but the libero and Reifenroth was there to get it, and Lopez can't finish with the dig. Point awarded Dukes. They're on a roll again.
Yeah, focusing on the setting from York. That was a great set from Zidek. A 9-ball, perfectly placed, couple feet off the net, above the block.
Lopez and just sends it back to his libero. Tapped over.
Tapped, he fisted it into the corner.
Second hit, now the third one for York. As Kins over to the front. A lot of York players to defend. Chi to the front. Trap, nice dig, but couldn't finish the play. The libero and Reifenroth. And it's going to be a point awarded for the Loyola Ramblers.
Excellent, beyond excellent defense from Steph Kins on that dig. He was at the 8-foot line, cross court from that hitter. Just an incredible read on that play.
Back row to the front.
Still
Live
alive.
ball, yep. In play, point awarded, Logan Rice. I mean, it's going to be hard to pick who we want for the player of the game, but Logan Rice starting to separate himself from the pack. 6 kills, 10 times on the attack, 500 percentage.
Major cog in that offense for sure. Rice third on the team this year in kills, first in blocks, so 69 of them.
Mid row to the front. Stepanich, instead he just does a clean set. Chance for Loyola, blocked at the point of the attack by Rice. Now to the front row, another block, finishing by the Dukes. They are on a roll right now, partner, and they seem destined to go to the state championship match.
Well, that set from the libero needed to go just a little bit out, right, so that the trap could go down the line. But unfortunately, he had to go cross into the big middle, and that's why he got blocked. Still serving Lopez. There, that's the line shot he needed, but it went out of bounds.
Yeah.
So he knows he had to hit the line to stay away from the bigger block. 2 sets in a row, he's unable to execute.
What can you do as an outside hitter to make sure you're on the right side of the antenna so that you're not shooting across the antenna?
Yeah, well, you got to shift your shoulders. So your shoulders are the key. The other key on right side of hitting, especially if you're right-handed hitter, you want to get that left foot forward. So get left foot forward, aim your shoulders where you want the ball to go. And it's hard to do when the set's coming from behind the 10-foot line on the left side of the court somewhere. That's why you want a left-handed hitter on the right side if you can do it.
If you can find a lefty.
Yeah, there's not too many good ones. Oh, boy. There's a good one there.
8-3.
To be clear, a good right-handed hit from the middle, bouncing the ball.
Stanley Peck's going to come into the match. Jack Zetek will take a much-deserved rest, as will Stepanich. See what Zach Brown does on this serve. If it gets to 10-3, I'm going to say this set and match is over. Lopez, not a good dig, but they finish.
They're aiming at Lopez.
I mean, Lopez has to be somewhat tired from yesterday's effort.
Got a touch on this, I think.
Waiting for the call.
No, they're going to call net on York instead of a touch on York. In any event, it's Loyola's ball.
At this point, Loyola doesn't care. They just want the point.
Yeah. I'm a little surprised nobody saw the touch. Maybe I'm the only one in the whole entire gymnasium that thought there was a touch. But whatever, in that, they still get the ball.
And they actually thought it was York's point, so our stats guy's going to update it. So everybody got confused, even the stats guy.
Yeah, he's doing a great job on stats. It's not easy to run that set program.
Kins from the back row to the front, chance.
Boom.
Rice again. Rinse, lather, repeat, get it to Logan Rice, and he finishes the job.
Is that Rice? That was 34.
Ben Brown will serve.
They're changing numbers today.
That's not Stepanovich?
Because they have Stepanich as 30 and 34. Obviously, he can't wear both numbers at the same time.
I think that was Stepanovich, number 34. Lopez blocked by 34 and 32. So that'd be Stan Peck and Stepanovich on that block. Lopez, that's two big guys you got to get the ball through.
So Stepanich on the roster is listed as 30 and 34. He can't have both numbers.
Right, but I think he's 34 today.
Well, then who's 30?
Is there one?
Shorter?
Oh, there is a 30. Now you got me hanging. I am confused.
Whatever, it's shorter. He's shorter today.
Oh, no.
10-4 lead. This one's about over. But we'll see what adjustments Loyola can make out of this timeout. This is a great song, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
Can you get as high as the singer can on the high note?
I can't get any kind of a high note. What are you thinking?
What if you have a couple adult beverages in you? Can you get the high note as the song?
I would be smart enough to know if there's adult beverages in me not to sing. But apparently you don't have those same brains because you like karaoke.
I do. Everybody likes karaoke.
But not everybody can sing.
These are facts. NFHSnetwork.com/IHSA is your destination for the most comprehensive coverage of Illinois high school playoff action.
York pulling away, 10-4. That was a big block. If Lopez can't get it done, who can? They got a good front row. Lopez and Aruba.
Straight over the net.
Again, serving Lopez.
They're trying to tire him out, and it's working.
Yeah, Libero had to hit that one over.
My goodness gracious. Jack Butte. You could hear that from here all the way to Schaumburg. The palm action on the block attempt, unsuccessful, and Butte got the kill. Chi.
Nope, that won't work. That didn't even get blocked.
Yeah, just an error by Lopez. He's got to be tired.
Well, they are working him in the back row. I don't know if the fatigue is it, but he needs good passes, and they're smart enough to keep it away from Kins. Either Kins. They're back to Lopez, a little low.
Lopez again. Nice dig, and that ball's still loose. It'll be a free ball coming up for the Ramblers. Chi. Yoruba, not good enough. Shorter with a beautiful kill.
These 5 really strong hitters from York, probably 6, are really stuffing Loyola. Confusing them on the hits, stuffing them at the net with blocks. 13-4, that's a big lead.
So Stepanich is 34, so 30 will be shorter. 13-4, it's just all Dukes today. Nice dig. They just have every answer the Ramblers send at them. Lopez blocked again. Are you kidding me?
Well, that's tough. Everybody knows he's going to go out there. The pass was off the net, so the setter had to go to Lopez. All year he's able to get that low, fast 4-ball out there, but if it's a little too low, York blockers, being as tall as they are obviously in the way.
Good luck to Marist. The Dukes are on a roll.
Similarly, good luck to York. That's going to be a fantastic match. I think what we are seeing is that York is a very consistent team. We can't say the same for Marist. So Marist, if they do bring their A game, are going to be good. And if they don't bring their A game, another one.
This is just highlight reel upon highlight reel right now.
And from every hitter, and that's what's so mind-boggling from York. Every hitter is capable of creating those kind of highlight film shots. Lopez taking a little bit of a break with his shoe. 15-4 with all these hitters. I mean, good luck to Marist is a good way to say it, but that's going to be a great match later today.
If you're the coaching staff for Loyola, do you consider calling a timeout soon and putting in some of the bench mob late in this match?
Not at this point. They've had enough. There we go. They've had enough court time this year by now, and if they haven't, they shouldn't get it now.
Well, sometimes in a match like this, maybe they send Lopez to the bench for a send-off.
Yeah. Marist kind of did that. They took everybody out late in the game. Missed serve.
Right against Peyton yesterday.
So your serving specialist comes in and misses a serve when you're down 15-5. It's just like, it's rolling downhill here. That snowball rolling down the hill, like Rocky and Bullwinkle, that cartoon, it's just so hard to stop that snowball.
It's a good reference. Lopez, he looks tired.
Oh, my.
Wasn't even close to being in bounds. You got to think Loyola's going to call a timeout soon.
21 to serve.
I mean, the match is pretty much over, but at least you want to tell your boys how proud of you are of them and get ready for the third place match. Trap. Too little, too late, though.
Well, that's the thing. I was thinking about that earlier about the third place match. How much does it matter to both teams to finish third versus fourth? Now, for the record, permanently, you are a third place team instead of a fourth place team, so the match does matter. But you're so deflated after not being first.
Especially Glenbard West, who gave Marist everything they could handle and just wasn't enough.
Well, I think Glenbard West, though, they play like a professional team. They've just got a professional approach towards the game. They really do have the heart of a champion. It really took a lot to beat them. And Marist played beyond an A game. And so we're going to see what kind of a game Marist brings against York. But it looks like York is about as consistent of a team as I've ever seen. Every hitter is good. The setting's been terrific.
3 players on the IVCA All-State team. Point awarded for the Ramblers.
I didn't see what he called. I didn't see the signal. I can only think overlap. It had to be overlap.
Well, at this point, pretty much delaying the inevitable. It would be an absolutely ridiculous comeback if Loyola could tie the score. That's not going to help.
Yeah. Loyola is probably deflated. 2 missed serves in the last 3 serves, something like that. 18-8.
Are you surprised the coaching staff of the Ramblers isn't calling timeout?
I don't know how to answer that. I think when you're getting beat by this much, a timeout's not going to help. You're giving them a mental health break maybe to shift some momentum perhaps, but York is just so strong. I don't know that calling timeout's going to change or fix anything.
Lopez, inbounds, kill awarded Lopez, but too little, too late.
Yeah, I like that play. He ran him from somewhere other than the outside by the pin. They haven't normally had to move him around that much, but obviously he's quite capable. That was a 32 off that pass. Well done. I think moving him around to get away from that block is a good idea, but now he's in the back row. Will he even get to the front row? Good serve.
Better dig, though. Oh, my goodness. You see that? The fan, the dig redirected to the second level, and the fan bumped it back into play.
That Zidek to Butte is a fantastic combination.
Back row play.
Doug.
Reifenroth. Just every answer York has against the Ramblers. Another dig. That time they can't finish. Point awarded for the Ramblers. Well, you still have another match to play if you're the Ramblers. I know you talked about does third place really matter? Well, I mean, you came this far. You have another match to play regardless. You might as well give out your heart out and see if you win it.
Yeah, it matters, but they're leaving their hearts out now. They're going to have 3 hours to recover and against a very, very battle-tested Glenbard West team as well.
And then the question is, does Glenbard West care, or will they be so deflated from not being able to repeat as champions? Will they give their A effort in that third place match?
That's why I said that they to me, feel like a professional team. Yeah, you will see, I think, an A effort from Glenbard West. I just think they've got that heart of a champion, and that's why, Marist had to play that A-plus game to be able to get that win.
2010, over to the front row.
Out. I don't think there was a touch. Sometimes you're not really aiming for the court. Sometimes you're aiming for the fingers, and it looks like he missed them. Again, Lopez on the serve receive.
Yep, over the net.
Great
nice
dig.
Yeah.
Again, reading the player, locating who thinks to put a defender right there?
She couldn't dig that one out, 22-10. High school sports fans, never miss another game. Become a subscriber to the NFHS Network to watch live event coverage. Millions of athletes, thousands of games, one destination, NFHSnetwork.com. Served over the net to the front row. Lopez to Chi. Yoruba, not enough. To the front row. Shorter had a piece of that. Now to Stepanic. And, oh, wow, how did he avoid hitting the net?
Well, he tripped, yeah.
And then from the back row to the mid. Shorter. Blocked. 22-11. Look, if the Ramblers are going down, they're going to go down fighting.
Kruger got in for a set on that play. Playing back left. Was able to set the ball. 22-11.
They beat Loyola 25-16 in the first set.
Yeah, these are not close games.
And they dominated Lincoln Way West yesterday, too.
Yeah, and that's not a slouch team. Lincoln Way West is not chopped liver.
Will Marist have enough in the tank? It went to 28 and 26 in those sets against Glenbard West.
Oh, they'll have enough in the tank. The question is, do they have enough talent? They have talent, but is it enough all-around talent? They also, you remember it was those two hitters, right? The setter, Teresi, and then the outside. Man. Whereas everybody at York hits the ball hard like this.
Athleticism, too. Just because they're 6'7", they got some athleticism, too.
Yep. Well, that's why we said they had to play in a building with a high ceiling. Good swing there.
Yeah. Nice job. Don't go anywhere. The player of the game brought to you by Uber Teen Accounts is coming up next. Rotations as Kins.
Kins enters to serve.
And that might be the last time that we ever see the Loyola player and Ryan Rickspoon on the court. As a 6'0" senior back to the bench. 23-12 lead of the front row. Point awarded for the Ramblers.
One of the few times we're assuming that Stepanic didn't hit the ball over the net.
Now to the front row. And then back over to Reifenroth. Stanley Peck. And it's a point awarded for the Ramblers as the block attempt went out of bounds. And here we go. Possibly game, set, match here.
Last swing for Lopez, maybe. I'd give it to him.
Why not? 9 of 19 coming into this serve.
Oh, no.
Last chance for Lopez. Is it inbounds?
Yep.
It is. And you know what? Give him one more kill. He's had a heck of a career.
Well, and after York got a 10-point lead somewhere at 4:13 or 4:15, wherever it was, there was a 4:14 in there. They were up by 10. It's just been 10 points every time. 5:15, 8:18, 9:19, 10:20. Here we are at 14:24.
Loyola has to do everything they can to
get
this point. Over the net. Point awarded. Oh, my goodness. An exclamation point on a dominating and impressive win for the Dukes. On his back foot, Bob, Jack Bew with a beautiful kill.
Well, okay, you just won 25-16, 25-14 in the semifinal. They are a worthy team in the final. We're going to see what happens, them and Marist. What a great game we got coming up.
Final thoughts before we do our Uber Teen Account player of the game.
Well, I was impressed with York yesterday, and I am more impressed with York today. I can't wait to see what happens at the championship later today. Player of the game, I think we both know who it's going to go to, but I'll let you call it out.
It's got to be Logan Rice. 8 kills, 14 times on attack, 2 errors, 429 percentage. But look, it was a complete team effort. Zach Brown with 10 assists, 15 for Jack Zetek, also 6 digs for Zetek. For Loyola, a big thank you for Jack Lopez. He still has one more match in his career, but unfortunately it's a third-place match, not the championship one. For him, there's got to be a winner. Loyola, the loser, 10 kills on 21 attempts, 5 errors for Jack Lopez today. Just a game to forget for Liam Yoruba. 3 times on the attack, no kills, 3 errors, negative 500 percentage.
And just a little bit of a shout-out to the York setters. They're a little bit unsung, right, because they're 2 setters, not 1 setter. So they don't get the glory of getting all the way around and getting 25 or 30 assists in a match. But those 2 setters, Jack Zetek and Zach Brown, are absolutely tremendous. The locations that they get the sets to are allowing all these York hitters to bury the ball at the 8-foot line. they're ready for a state championship. I don't know if they're going to win it or not. Marist is going to be a great barrier, but everybody knows York is good. USA Today knows that. Max Preps knows that. Everybody in this gym knows that. York knows that. We got a barn burner coming up later.
But that'll be at 5:30. Join us at 4 for the third place match, and then following will be the championship match at 5:30. But it's 11:58, so we'll take a break for now. More volleyball action coming up next. For our excellent crew, Chris Angela, Phil Doerner, Bob Vilsoet, I'm Kyle Smith, signing off from the semifinal between York and Loyola. Final scores of 25-16, 25-14. York wins in straight sets, and we'll see you at 4 o'clock for the third place match.